All right, y'all, you know I'm not here to waste your time. A like, a sub, it goes a long way. I would really appreciate it. If this video helps you in any way, that'd be cool. But really, we're just going to talk about a couple things here. I did make a new build, but this isn't necessarily a video on the build as much as it is about a couple specific things. This build has high strength, this build has gold speed booster and gold blow by, and those are the main things we're going to focus on, along with driving layup, which is at an 81, and we're running the DeMar DeRozan layup package. Let's get into it. All right, so off the rip, I want to show you guys my sigs. Now, you don't have to run these sigs. This is just what I choose to run, and that's just because I like the way that they pair together. There's no specific reason or anything behind it. Why I'm showing you this is because the layup style that we're running is DeMar DeRozan. This build has an 81 layup. You need the 81 to get the DeMar DeRozan layup style. I've run 80 before, and I've had the Jimmy Butler layup package, but I wasn't really attacking the rim with that. I was specifically running that for the floaters. Now, you still get good floaters out of DeMar DeRozan. I think Jimmy Butlers are better, but I did want to try the DeMar DeRozan. And when I made this build, I almost didn't use it because I was like, oh, whatever, I'll save the point and I'll invest it here. But I was like, you know what, whatever, I'm just gonna get it. If I didn't do the 81 layup, I think I could have put my free throw like up to like 90 something, but I went ahead and put the free throw up one tick, which also puts the close shot up, so it takes away points. The free throw is only around 74 on this build now, but I think it was worth it investing into this DeMar DeRozan layup style. Other than that, what you can't see here is the triple threat. I'm running Joel Embiid, so that's everything you guys need there. I also want to showcase this just real quick. I shot not great in this game, 2 for 6 from 3, but I was still able to drop 20 and get a double-double. This is just a quick like little glimpse of what this build is capable of, and me who doesn't typically attack the rim effectively or efficiently. I just pass first and I drive and I kick, but it doesn't take long for a defense to realize like, oh, he's not really attacking the rim when he's driving. I can hit floaters and I can attack from the mid-range for sure, but like I'm not actually getting to the rim. On this build, I'm getting to the rim, and it's opening up a lot of options for us as a team, and for me as the point, to actually create a lot more. And now that's common sense. That's not surprising at all. If I'm a threat and people have to respect it and collapse on me, that means I'm gonna have guys open on the perimeter. So this build has been really fun. Again, this isn't necessarily a video about the build. I will be making one, but it's not complete yet. I don't have all the content that I need. But while I was looking through this content, trying to get things kind of set up for the build video, I was like, let's just make something about the slashing, the speed, and the strength here real quick. So let's get into it. All right, so I've got you guys right here in Premiere with me. I want to be able to scrub through this actively, you know, as we're watching it, so we can actually talk about it and, you know, pinpoint some specific things that we're watching. But disclaimer, you're going to see me missing open looks and not passing the ball at all. Now, my teammates, this is a full team that I've got right here. They knew I wasn't passing. I was in here trying to figure this build out, learn it, and see what it was capable of, test it. So they knew that at times, and I'm on the mic and I tell them, I say, hey, I'm not gonna pass this one, or hey, I'm gonna try this or whatever. And they're like, yeah, cool, like do your thing. So yes, you're gonna see me missing open looks. Yes, you're gonna see me ball hogging. Yes, you're gonna see me doing too much. I was trying to figure this build out and test it out. This is actually my first game on this build that you're seeing right here. And this was my first layup with this build that I didn't even try doing. All right, so I'm bringing the ball up the court here, and I wasn't actually looking to attack the rim or go for a lay here. I was actually looking for a fader, and then I got yoinked right up to the rim with a green lay. I still timed it good. Once I realized what was happening, I adjusted, you know, but when it started happening, I was like, what is going on? Is my game glitching? Am I lagging? Am I gonna get that glitch where I'm like wrapping around the rim again like we were getting in the beginning of 2K? Like, what's going on? But this is what happened. So I was going for a midi fader right here, right? Like a quick little pull up at the free throw line or a fader, you know, to the right here. My boy's gonna move this way, I believe, and, you know, drag this guy. So I was expecting I had an open shot here. I hit X, like right here. Right here, I'm hitting X. And look at this. He already has the ball up, right? He's a little bit behind the free throw line. So I'm jumping from here. Look at where he's at. This is where he's jumping from. All the way up, super high release. Look at that. So that's been really, really fun and effective and efficient. Super high release, get the lay, good to go. Also, check this out. Layup package so crazy, it glitched my shorts. I don't have any legs anymore. This has happened a couple of times specifically with that layup in this layup package. Glitches the shorts. I don't have any legs anymore. That's how crazy this layup package is. Let's keep going. I knew with the DeMar DeRozan layup package that you got very high release, so like above the rim, and that's why it was like a good package to run, but I did not know it was launching you from so far. So here's another one where I was going for a midi fader and I go up with this lay. Now, I'm not gonna scrub through every single clip like this, but I just wanna hit on this real quick so you guys can see. These are the first 2 attempts really that I had with lay. So typically on these right here, on these fast breaks, I always go for a baseline fader. I'd keep running this way. I'd pull up a little fader, hopefully green it, and be good. It's wide open. Anyone who's coming to defend me, I'm moving away from them. That's usually my go-to right there. So I hit X. You can see him. Look, I gather the ball right here. I'm hitting X now, hoping to go for a midi fader. No, I get pulled up into a layup animation. Now, this isn't a bad thing. I did have to adjust and like adapt to like realizing like, oh, layups on this package work like this. And like, if I'm on the side, this is where they trigger. And at the free throw line, I can trigger this and like whatever. But it's not a bad thing. But right here, I was trying a fader, still learning the build. But look at this. He is launching into the layup animation right here. I'm only like a step or 2 and like behind the 3-point line, or in front of the 3-point line technically. And look at this. He's already being launched into this layup animation. Big step, crosses a lot of ground. Gets up again. We're going high. Look at this. We've got 1 collapsing in, 2 attempting to block. High release, hand far. Look at the release point compared to where these guys are. Get the release, good to go. Now, again, I was trying a fader there. I did have to figure this build out a little bit, but it's pretty freaking effective and efficient, and I really am enjoying it. And being able to attack the rim effectively like this, once you figure it out, opens the floor up so much. And you guys are gonna see it, because like I said, you're gonna see me missing open looks and ball hogging. There are times where I'm at the rim and all of the defenders are down there like collapsing on me, and I literally have a guy in each corner, a guy in each wing, just wide open. So moving on from that, this build has high strength. And right here, so what I want you guys to take note of is all of the badges that are popping up in all of these clips. This build, the badges pop up like crazy. So I don't want to take the time and every single clip stop like we already have been. I'm gonna shut up and just allow this kind of to play out and talk to you kind of as it goes. But keep an eye on how much badges are just popping up over here. It's pretty ridiculous. Other than that, right here, I'm bully. Like this clip is called bully testing. So I was seeing, we've got a high strength on this build. We've got 84, we got silver bulldozer, blow by is great, speed booster is great. So right here, I'm just testing it. I'm like, oh, what can I do? Oh, I'm pushing this guy. Okay, cool. So that was me figuring it out. This is me on the very next possession, bringing it back down to me like, okay, I'm gonna actually attack here, push him off me, get in here, get the bulldozer, get the animation. We're good to go. So this is super, super effective and efficient, and it's been very, very fun. And once you figure it out, it's pretty ridiculous. And this build still has an 86 3 ball, a 90 plus midi. We've got an 84 strength. We've got an 81 driving layup. And we still have like max stamina, physical's great, and our ball handle, like it has to be high to get the gold speed booster and the gold unpluggable. I mean, super high ball handle, high speed with ball, high speed, high acceleration. This build is fast, but what I wanted to make was something strong. And this is actually a build based on a player, but adjusted because this player isn't as green as this build. This player wouldn't have an 86 3 ball per se, but I wanted something that was 6'6", but still explosive and still a big body, right? Like I want to still be able to do what I can do at the 6'8" and put someone in the post. And I know a lot of people think that at point guard at 6'6", you're not really going in the post. If the person I'm matched up against allows it, absolutely I'm going in the post. One of my first games on this, I had like a 6'2" or a 6'3" point guard and no strength. No one's investing into strength. So even if they are taller, typically the strength isn't there. So I could still go into the post, but they're taller. The contest is probably not going to be great for me. So maybe I don't do that, but absolutely on a 6'6", you can still work in the post. Am I using it very often? No, but if I want to, I can. So that's a benefit out of the strength plus having the post control, which is super cheap. So we still have got a decent post control on this. I believe it's 85. This build has a lot. It's not just a one-trick pony by any means. So I'm gonna let this play out. I've talked too much and probably a lot of people aren't even here anymore because it's kind of boring, but this build is pretty sweet and I just want to showcase it to y'all. I am gonna do a build video, but as I was throwing these clips in to kind of get that video ready, the build isn't done yet. So I don't have all of the content I need, but I was kind of lining things up and I was like, you know what, let's just do a quick video just on the power of the speed booster, unpluggable, and the bulldozer, the strength on this thing. So let's give it a look. Right here, bullying again, pushing this guy off me, handles for days, blow by pops up. Now what blow by is, if I can catch it right here for you guys, and there's some better ones that I can really show it. This one, not so much, but blow by, you're basically, when you're getting around them, you're literally getting around them and you're like pushing them off of you. Like you're shooing them off. So right off the rip, he comes in, he reaches, unpluggable pops up. Right here, I'm shooing him off. Look at my right arm. 2-3 times in a row, I'm pushing him off. 1, 2, 3, pushing him off. Get by him, we're good to go. Handles for days pops up, sweet. Start going by him again. Look at this, blow by pops up. This is blow by, and this is what I was talking about. Watch my right arm. Literally throwing it, just throwing him off. So boom, throw him off, see you later. We get in, fearless finisher, good to go. Pro touch, all of that. This is a show of like what the build can do. I was attacking the rim. I have 12 points here, 8 assists, 46% from field goal, right? So these guys, my center can shoot. This is my boy, he can shoot, and he did shoot multiple times because I drove and I kicked. And I have those clips somewhere in here, but I kept driving and kicking to him. But I also kept attacking the basket, right? So I've got 12 points. They're probably all from the like layups, right? So the center wants to protect because he knows I'm attacking, but he also has to protect here. And then my guy also wants to pick up for the center, as he should, so the center can protect the rim. Well, this is me just running around in circles and toying with these guys, but look at them. They don't know what to do. Like I end up down here completely wide open. They didn't have good comms between each other, is what I would assume here. This build is stoppable. It's not unstoppable, but these guys didn't have good comms. They didn't communicate well on what to do. So they didn't know what to do. And look at that. But having to respect the rim with how effective and efficient this build is and how like much of a bully it is. I mean, this guy's defending me, but I've already pushed him off me multiple times. The center wants to protect the rim, but he can't because my boy shoots. So it's just been really fun. This is an and one right here. So this is I know on this build, as long as I've got, look at this is wide open. And I know that I don't have to get to the rim and then trigger an animation. I'm triggering the animation right here. I start triggering this animation. Oops. So I start triggering this animation right here. So right here, I'm triggering this animation. So typically you wouldn't trigger an animation maybe until you get to here, right? If you go for the standing dunk cheese, you're gonna get under this before you go. And then if you're doing a dunk, you might do it like in between the dotted line and the restricted zone, right? But I'm starting this animation. I already hit X at this point. I already have the ball up and gathered. So I actually started this animation like right here is when I hit X. So because I get to trigger that animation so early, this is wide open. If I had to wait till I got down, this guy might get a block on me, right? But he ends up getting a foul. I get the N1. Again, super effective and efficient. Just really enjoying it. And the silver whistle is great. Gold unpluggable, obviously great. Right here, this is a great example of the bulldozer, which is what I wanted out of this build. I really wanted something that could bully. And I mean, look at this. This is only silver bulldozer. Speed booster is engaging. This is one of my first games because speed booster isn't even gold yet. But when you're going in, you just lean your stick into the defender and you'll get your bulldozer animation. You'll lean into them and push them, right? So right here, I get this bulldozer. As soon as he gets to me, and this guy is looks significantly bigger than me and like heavier than me, but he probably didn't invest into strength. I don't know. But the silver bulldozer, push him off me. I mean, look at him. There's nothing you can do about it. So strength, I believe, is super underrated. And as a point guard, I think it's worth investing into because I don't think anyone else is really investing into it. Right here, I'm just bullshitting. Yes, I'm missing open looks. We already know. So what I want to showcase here is unpluggable, speed booster, right? But I'm getting through these guys. This is actually AI. AI always rips you in these situations. Now, what I did is once I got here, I swapped the ball to my left hand, but even then, that doesn't always work, especially against an AI. They're goated, as we know. But look, he reaches, I get the gold unpluggable, it pops up, I get the speed booster, so they're not even catching up to me, and we still get to the rim, and we still get the leg. Gold handles for days, gold unpluggable, all of that. This is where I'm doing way too much, but again, now, disclaimer, this is AI, and this is AI. These are the guys that quit out because they were only passing to each other and we were losing, as you can see. So once they quit out, I was able to get around 24 or more than 24 points attacking the rim. Maybe I did 2 or 3 threes. I don't know, but either way, yes, I'm missing open looks here. This is literally, this clip is called doing too much, but I really just wanted to see what the build could do. So we get the gold blow by right off the rip, handles for days, popping up. I'm just bullshitting here, just trying to see what the build can do. I'm not getting ripped. They're coming at me. They're trying to, but we get the gold unblockable. We get the speed booster. I still get in. I get the hyperdrive and the killer combos as well, and we get the lay. So all in all, just great. Now, I would say this is not a good take, and again, I am just testing the build in these clips to see what it is capable of. I would not go, obviously this guy's wide open, right? My center is probably gonna pop here. He would be open. Like, and there's 3 guys in the paint. This is not a good take. Don't watch this and think that these are good takes or these are what you should be doing. I was testing the build and had no intention of winning per se, as much as I was just like, yo, I'm trying to see what this build can do, and my homies don't care, and these other guys were AI. So I wouldn't say this is a good take by any means, but I will, in terms of testing the build and what it's capable of, we're still getting the lay here. So we still get the lay here. We get a reverse acrobat bronze. Like, I believe our acrobat, it definitely goes to silver. It might even go to gold. Giant Slayer gold has been very, very good. So we get the ball here. Hyperdrive activates, handles for days gold activates. We're stepping back, unpluckable activates, and again we get the free throw lay. Now what defenders don't like? I've got take here, right? Use take as your advantage. I've got shooting take. They are going to play me a bit tighter and expect me to shoot. That's what would make sense. Because I have a build that can efficiently attack the rim and I don't need takeover to do that, I now, with the speed and the strength, the blow by and the speed booster that I have, I'm baiting these guys by popping take, and I'm still just gonna go to the rim. So here, I've got my take popped. Immediately when I pop this, I'm just gonna go for, you know, attack the rim because they're gonna play me tight. So I get this. Now look, this guy leaves him wide open, starts to commit to me for a second there, but then stays back. Now I step back. As soon as he starts dragging this way, this guy starts wrapping and dragging him. Look at this. And this is the route that I go, but this is just wide open. And again, before this guy can have the time, if I was running straight to the rim and going up for a lay, or running straight to the rim and going up for a dunk, this guy might get the block on me. He's probably got high defense. I believe he's the big man. He's gonna get the block on me, but because I'm starting my animation right here where you see me now, and because it's such a high release, we're gone. And he didn't even collapse anyways, but if he did, it wouldn't have mattered. It's been really fun. It's been really, really fun, guys. And again, this is just a quick video. I just want to show you guys what it's capable of. Get a little Zach LaVine crossover there, some behind the backs. Here, we're just going for a little midi favor. But this, I wanted to show you guys just because I was attacking the rim effectively and efficiently here. So these guys actually played off of me. I haven't shot. They just think I'm gonna run right here. This guy's committing to my guy. He's dragging him. That's good. But they just think I'm gonna drive because I haven't really been shooting. And instead of driving in, look at the space I have here. I pull up the midi, we get it wide open, we're good to go. So this build gives you a lot of options. It really, really does. Being able to attack the rim so effectively and efficiently has been really good. And driving layup is cheaper than driving dunk. However, we do still have driving dunk on this build. Not very high by any means, but we can still effectively go up at the rim if we need to, but I haven't needed to. These layups have been ridiculous. So this is my favorite animation, and it's very simple to trigger with the DeMar DeRozan layup package. I'm literally just, when I'm getting to the free throw line, like right here, when I'm getting close to, you don't want to do it outside of this, right? Like if you were gonna do it by spacing, I would say within this circle, right? You don't want to do it outside of here because then you'll probably pull up with some type of fader or some type of pull up or something like that. But once I get in that circle and right above that free throw line, I'm hitting X. And look, we're getting pulled into animation right now. My foot is just stepped into this paint here and we're getting pulled into the animation now. We're going up. Boom, we get the lay. Yes, I see my teammate wide open in the corner. I told you guys you're going to see me missing open looks. It's intentional. I needed the content. I needed to test the build. I needed to see what we could do. So right here again, we're getting speed booster. We're getting handles for days. We break this guy off completely. This guy's reaching, pointless, but they can't help themselves. This is his man. If I wanted to, I probably could have just kicked, but whatever. He's reaching. I get in on this guy. I've got the strength. I'm bullying him off. We still get the lay. Fearless finisher, great badge as well. Fearless finisher with the Giant Slayer has just been great. This one we're getting the gold speed booster, gold unpluggable. Over my center, by the way, in this clip is 7-3. This is a 7-3 Dirk build, and I am jumping over his head. Literally over his head in this clip and getting the lay. So again, just a really fun build. It's been very effective and very efficient right there. Even in that clip, I mean, we had 13 points, 13 assists in this game, right? Like, and we're winning. And I wasn't even passing or being the greatest teammate because I was still trying to figure out the build and whatnot. But 13 points, 13 assists. This build helps you create so much. I've really, really enjoyed it. And the speed booster and the unpluggable, and not the unpluggable. I mean, yes, unpluggable, but the speed booster and the blow by, goated. I usually never go super high ball handle just because I'm like, I don't need it. I'm not a dribble god. Like, that's just not my play style. I am realizing now there are many other ways to utilize the high ball handle and many other things to activate. And the blow by and the speed booster are goated, absolutely goated. And that in combination with the strength, I just can't. This has been a very, very fun build to play on. Right here, we get the screen. And we just get a good little lay. Nothing special, nothing crazy, but I'm just showing you guys more so the animations here. Again, I'm hitting X right here, and we're getting pulled into our animation. We're going up, green, good to go. And it switches hands. I'm not making it switch those hands. The majority of these layups that you're seeing in these clips are triggered just by X. I'm not even using the stick to do it. Right here, we step back, we get the hybrid drive. Handles for days, we blow by everybody, and we've got the Hall of Fame Pro Touch. It's just a great combo. These are back-to-back possessions here, so I attack the rim on one. I get in there. I've got 10 points right now. I'm 50% from field goal. I blow by everyone. I get to the rim, and I just come right back, and I do it again. There's just nobody there, and it's not for lack of them knowing, right? Because obviously they know I've got the 10 points already, and I just attacked the rim last possession. But this simple screen from my center here, and this guy reaching for no real reason, I'm not sure. No one has the time to catch up with the speed and all the, badges that we're triggering with the speed booster and whatnot. So boom, we get there uncontested. We're good to go. Open, not wide open, but I mean, we're good. Slithery, Pro Touch, Giant Slayer, all popping up right there. This is only over the course of like 3 or 4 games that you guys are seeing. So a lot of these possessions are like back to back or like all within the same game. They know the game I'm playing. It's not new to them, but they're just not able to really stop it. So it's been really fun. Right here, I step back and just come around. Now, this is a clip I was talking about. You guys are going to see. Obviously, I have this guy wide open here in the paint. This is the guy who wasn't playing defense and had 38 points on his head. I stopped passing to him. Because all he wanted to do was play offense and, cherry pick and whatnot. But right here with the speed, we step back. And by the time he adjusts to us stepping back and starts to step out, I'm gone here. Like, there's no catching up. There's no catching. Look at the space here. And now I'm triggering my animation on top of getting past him. I'm triggering my animation right now. I'm picking up the ball. I don't put it down again. So I'm picking up the ball from here after I get by him. I'm going up from the free throw line. There's just no stopping it. It's just really, really fun, and it's pretty unreal how effective and efficient it is. Again, just another free throw line layup. Now, this is the one where I was talking about where everyone's collapsing on me and everyone's open. Now, look, I'd only had 2 points, so these guys were just collapsing on me for no real reason. We're in the second quarter. I only had 2 points. I wasn't really doing much. But all of them collapsed on me. So yes, I see it. I have open players, but again, these are my boys. They knew I wasn't passing. So yes, I missed open looks, but again, just trying to see what this build is capable of. Again, not a great take, not how I would recommend playing. Normally I will pass in that situation, but we still hit the lay with all these defenders on us. And again, we're triggering, near the free throw line here, and there's just no stopping it. The fearless finisher and everything is just so good. So this horrible take, but again, we get it, and the unpluckable just popping up and just being clutch for us there. So these guys were mad. These guys, he tried selling right here and just like tossing the ball in. It's 45-13. My team and I stopped in the second. My team and I had stopped playing at this point because again, look, I'm not perfect. I'm not here to say I'm a perfect, teammate or whatever on 2K, but these guys, again, just 2 of them came in. We usually go into squads with 3 or 5. Right here, we only had 3. So these 2 guys came in. They only wanted to pass to each other. Once they start passing to each other, I just go stand at half court and I go, okay, you guys play the game yourself. You're not passing anyways. Now you have more space to work. I'm going to be over here. So they didn't like that. And then when they do want to start passing to you and you're not participating, now they get mad at you. Well, whatever. Try to sell here either way. I got it, so we're good. Bringing it all the way down court, coast to coast, right to the line. Again, right from the free throw line too. Pro touch, giant slayer, all of that popping up. Get a little step back here. Speed booster activates. Get around them. Horrible attempt. Should not have made that, but again, just try to show you guys what the build is capable of here, and was really just testing the build out myself to see what it was capable of. Now this, actually a good play, right? And here I did communicate with my team. I told my boy, I was like, yo, stay up here, give me space. And they're like, okay, cool. So my center did the roll. I told him pop back out. So I drive in, and this guy's over committing to me this way because I start going this way. This guy's also being dragged, whatever. This is just double tapping X if you don't already know. But if you're going one way and you see that your defender is kind of committing to that, over committing to that, like in this scenario, you hit that double tap on the X and then hold X, you're going to get this animation, you're going to go up. So he over committed, I get the spin. There's no defending this. His back is completely to me. I'm already up. Look, by the time the ball's out of my hand, this guy's only right here and he reached his hand up. So that was actually a good play there. Other than that, I want to jump into a couple other things. This has probably been dragged out and pretty boring, but here we are. So I want to showcase just a couple clips showing defense. Now my defense was only upgraded to like 71 at this time, which means I've only got bronze badges, right? I've only got like the bronze fast feet, bronze clamps, and those things. Defense was not all the way up, but what you see here is a movable enforcer and my strength come into play, unlocking this guy down on the perimeter. And that was also the case before I even had perimeter up at all and didn't have any of the badges. So I just want to show you guys this. Strength is very, very beneficial on both sides. And I just wanted to show you that. So here, this guy gets it. He's going. So fast feet pops up immediately, but silver immovable enforcer. And look, we literally force him right there to stumble a bit. Right here, he's stumbling, and that's just the immovable enforcer, and that's just a strength. And a lot of people aren't investing into strength, and I'm just realizing by having the strength. Now, my first build was a LeBron James build with 96 strength, which is ridiculous. It has Hall of Fame bulldozer and all of that. And I actually, after this build, have a build on ice that is a new version of that LeBron build, but with defense, because my initial one was literally had no defense. It was literally like right when 2K came out, and it was a Joe Knows build that I made, and it didn't have any defense. He ended up remaking the build to have defense as well. I haven't run that build since because I made my 6'9". This is a 6'8" LeBron build. Whatever, we're getting into too much, but a 96 strength Hall of Fame bulldozer build is in the future here. So if you have made it this far, go ahead and drop a comment below that says LBJ build incoming. All right, so one more clip here, just showcasing some defense. I'm gonna let it play through and then we'll scrub through it, right? But right off the rip, boom, we're bumping into this guy. He steps back, we dodge that pick like it's nothing. We lock him up, we force a pass, good to go. We get the clamps, the pick dodger, everything. That's the end of the clip. So we don't even get a badge popping up right here for this. We get fast feet, but fast feet I don't believe is that, and maybe it is, but really what is showcasing here is that this guy, I've got more strength than him. And this is my defender, and this is probably like a 6'3", 6'4", typical play shot, no defense. And I'm a 6'6", and I do have defense, but I also have strength. So we're bumping into him right off the rip. Good to go. He steps back, solid, creates some space, and this guy sets a great screen, but I do avoid it. actually avoid it perfectly. We get the silver pick dodger to pop up. We go right around him, and then we're right back in this dude's face. Clamps activating for us. Almost the same way a movable enforcer activated for us before, but now the clamps on top of that. Sometimes you'll get both of them to trigger, visually at least, but I believe, you know, maybe this isn't true at all, but stuff triggers more often than it shows. I don't think it shows it all the time because, like I said, that bump initially that we got on him, I don't believe that's fast feet. That I believe is just strength just coming into play there, and, you know, just putting a body. So pretty sweet. Now, a couple other things just to show what you can do offensively with this build are a couple bait and kicks. This one I hadn't even scored yet, so I wasn't able to do this necessarily because I had been scoring on this, but I do have bronze bailout on this. Not that it applies here, but both of these guys collapse on me. Typically, you're going to get a center that wants to protect the paint. And if you've got a big man that can shoot, like, you're just going to have options because he's either going to stay committed outside and you're going to get past your defender, or he's going to collapse in and it's just going to leave him wide open. So he leaves my boy wide open. Easy shot, green. Now, we may also make a build video on this 7-3 Dirk build that my boy's running, but we're not sure. There's a lot of stuff planned, so just stay tuned, and I really appreciate y'all for being here. Other than that, we've got another bait and kick. Now, on this one, look, I'm 100% from 3, which I think only means I took 1 3 at the time, maybe 2. But 15 points, 9 assists we've got. And though that's definitely only 1 or 2 threes, so all of my points are definitely from the mid-range and attacking the rim. So these guys know I'm attacking, and again, we just get a bait and kick here, and I have take popped, so they're playing me a little tighter. We get the blow by, both of them collapse. Yeah, this is that same team we watched earlier, that center with the red hair. So right here, we get the blow by. If you can watch me here, I shove them off, get around them, easy, good to go. Center collapses on me because I've been attacking the rim. Boom, little dot out, wide open, green. So you've got options here. If even if you have a wide open lane to the rim, if you've got someone else wide open at the 3 and you trust them to hit, you have the leniency to not just, oh, I have to get this bucket. Like, you have the option, you know, well, let's kick and see what we get. Kick it, right? So kick it to my boy there. He greens up. This one, just another drive and kick. Just want to show you guys again the capabilities. And like I said, these are all from the same games. You're seeing similar builds here. We saw this guy earlier as well. But again, a simple drive and kick. First, he tries to commit to me. I'm gone. But by the time he realizes that I'm passing, it's too late. And this guy, my center's 7'3", and his jumper's fast. For, like, typically you don't get fast jumpers. His jumper's fast. Like, the ball's released right here, and this is where this guy's at. He sets a screen. I tell him, I said, just stay up, drive and kick, good to go. Something to showcase his strength here. Watch this rebound I get. I have no rebounding badges or anything on this build. Defensively, all this build has that is actually invested into is an 85 perimeter defense. That is it. Look at this. I get down here. I'm swimming this dude. And again, that's gotta just be a strength thing, because I wasn't getting this. My 6'9" only has 74 strength, but I have rebound chaser bronze and box out beast bronze. So I expect animations like this. This build doesn't have that. This build doesn't have any of that. So, I mean, the fact I'm swimming this guy like that and getting the rebound and we get to kick for the bucket, pretty sweet. So not something I would expect to happen all the time, but definitely a benefit of having the high strength. But there is a layup animation that I don't like in this package. Now, I only have 2 clips, as you can see here, of this out of all the games I've played. And I have clips from a lot of different games. I focused on specific games in this one just because I think they had the best clips, but I played a lot of games on this build now. I've gotten it up to, I believe we're at level 93 now, so it's got games in. But there is a layup that I don't like, and I just wanted to show you guys that. It's only triggered for me though 3 times, I think. 3 times out of all the games that I played, I've only had this trigger 3 times. Now, this is also just me activating with X, so maybe if you don't use X, you're not gonna trigger that animation. Now, yes, I made it, cool, whatever, but this is the one animation I don't like and that does get blocked. So it's a little flashy, it's just a little too much, but it doesn't happen very often. Again, it's only happened 3 times for me out of the lot of games that I've played. So Here, I believe it gets blocked. No, we get the foul on the screen here. But again, I don't know exactly what triggers it, but it doesn't trigger often. But this specific layup, I mean, it's flashy, it's sexy, whatever, but it's the one I don't like, because had the whistle not been blown there on the screen foul and this player was still in play, he probably would have attempted to defend. This is AI too. He probably would have destroyed me. Because right when I come across with that, it gets blocked all the time. So there is a animation in the package that I don't like, and that's it. And that's the only one, and it hasn't popped up many times at all. Literally 3 times out of all the games I've played. So it's not that bad, but just wanted to share that with you guys. There is an animation there that I'm just not sure about. But that's it. I know that this video wasn't necessarily planned out very well. I wasn't really sure how to go about it. Scrubbing through the timeline with me and whatnot probably isn't the most fun thing to watch, but I really wanted to showcase and take the time to scrub through things and slow them down, you know, frame by frame for us, so we could really see what these badges are doing for us. And those badges being the gold blow by, the gold speed booster, and the high strength, just in general. Being in there with the high driving layup, it's all just a great combo of things together. And I wanted to showcase how efficient and effective it really is. So sorry if the video is a bit boring. Again, wasn't really sure how to go about it, but wanted to be able to scrub through this in real time with you guys and just really go over it. So the build's been really fun. I will be dropping it soon, but it's not complete yet. I have to max out the driving dunk and then get clips using those dunks, so you know that you guys can see how efficient it is there. Hopefully it is efficient there. I'm not even sure yet because the build isn't done, but when it is done, if it's not great, then I'll remake it and we'll adjust. If it is good, then we'll put the video up, and that should be coming sooner than later. This build's been really fun. It's an absolute beast on offense. It probably shines more on offense just because it has so many different options. You can shoot from deep, obviously shoot in the mid range, you can shoot in the post, you can do the layups at a very high effective rate. And on defense, it's great as well, but like we don't have block, we don't have steal. So you've got the perimeter defense, which is great, and as the point and what I need to do, I'm feeling my role for sure, but I'm not downplaying the defense, but you have more options on offense for sure. Like you can do all types of different things. On defense, you've got the perimeter, and if you wall up in the paint, you know, and you use that strength to your advantage, then it's great on defense as well. And I'm not investing in stealing things anyways on defense. I haven't been doing that on any of my builds, so it's been really fun. The 85 perimeter defense is more than enough. As you can see, the silver pick dodger and things just works very, very well. And I think having the speed so high, because speed and acceleration is also high on this build, you have to have high ball handle, high speed with ball, and high speed and high acceleration. And speed itself helps you on your perimeter defense, and acceleration also just helps just with speed and things overall. So I think the 85 perimeter defense with how fast you are is really helping you get around those screens and whatnot. And even if you don't get around it, you're so fast that you can catch up. You can cover ground and get to where you need to be pretty fast and stay in the play, right? So it's been fun. So that is it for this video. Stay tuned. We've got a lot of stuff coming, possibly a Dirk build, this build, a new LeBron build with 96 strength, all types of stuff coming. So if you've made it this far and this video benefited you in any way, a like, a comment, subscribe, anything would be greatly appreciated. Other than that, anything you need will be linked below. We do have a Discord, and we also are on Twitch. If you come through on Twitch, you can jump in some games. Just hop in the chat and we'll pull you in. We'll be good to go. We can run some games. You can run with me and the homies. It'll be a good time. And if you hop into the Discord, then you can probably find other people to run with, as well as we can just have conversation about things, or if you need any help in the build or whatever it is, you just want to chat, or you're looking for someone to run, you can talk to me in the Discord directly, and I'm going to be able to respond to you a lot faster. Appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. I'll see you in the next one.